Hey guys, it's Maya. So if you couldn't notice, I have a new setup and I hope you guys like it because I do. So I'm going to be starting a new series on my channel for a few weeks. I'm going to be doing back to school videos. I know that's like a very basic thing, but I've been looking forward to this since I started YouTube. But today I'm going to be doing some freshman advice. I had like no advice going into high school and it was scary. So yeah, let's get started. The first tip I have is to prioritize your time. If you're like me and you didn't have homework in like grade 8 and stuff, definitely like prioritize time to do that. I also recommend getting a planner so then you can write down everything you have to do so that you don't forget to do something. I've used planners all throughout high school and it's been so helpful so that I don't forget anything, especially if you have tests or exams and stuff that you need to remember. Second tip I have is to ask questions. For the longest time, I was so scared of asking questions because I didn't want to sound stupid. Once I did, I realized how helpful it was. So definitely ask questions, even if it does seem like the stupidest question. Most teachers will answer any of your questions. The third one I kind of already talked about, but you need to do your homework. Even if it's not being graded or anything, I recommend doing it because it's going to help you in the long run, especially if it's something like math. Doing your homework is just going to make you a lot more prepared for tests, and then you'll be able to do well on the tests. Number 4 is don't go crazy with decorating your locker. I did this in grade 9 and it was such a waste of time. I put up like Polaroid pictures and stuff in my locker and it may look cute and everything, but you're only at your locker for like 2 minutes in between class, so it's really not worth it. Some useful things to get for your locker though is definitely a locker shelf. It makes it so you can maximize the space in your locker. Number 5 is to figure out your learning style. This is very important because if you're not studying and learning in the way like that is best for you, then you're not going to succeed. For me, I'm a visual learner, so I have to like see stuff in front of me or I have to write it down. So if someone just told me what to do or like said something out loud, like half of the time I don't really understand it. I need them to like draw a picture or like just like write it down or something. If you're like that, it's very like good to use diagrams and stuff when you're studying. Number 6 is exams aren't that scary if you study. I remember in grade 9 I was so terrified for my first exam. It wasn't really that scary. It was stuff we did obviously in the semester. How I study for exams is the last unit we learned in the semester. I studied that one first because odds are it's going to be fresher in my brain and I have less chance of forgetting it. The first unit we learned, I studied that one last so that like it's fresh in my brain because obviously I'm not really going to remember too much about it because it was like few months ago. I know studying can be boring, but if you want good grades or even decent grades, you need to study a bit. Odds are you're not going to remember everything from the course, so it is pretty important to study. Tip 7 is to join clubs and sports. I know that's very like basic too, but that's how you make friends. Especially if you're going to a school where you don't know anybody, I would recommend joining clubs. Odds are the people that are in that club have the same interests as you, so you're more likely to make friends. Tip 8 is it's okay to lose touch with your old friends. In high school, it's really easy to lose touch with your old friends, especially if you don't have classes with them. If they're really your friends though, they are going to stay in touch with you and like text you or ask to meet up somewhere. And if they're not doing that, odds are they're not really your friend. Number 9 is stay organized. This is very basic too, but it is a necessity. If you're not organized and you don't know where things are, you're gonna lose something and it's probably gonna affect your grades. What I do is I use binders and I get tab dividers for each unit of the class, and that way I know where each unit is, and I always put my papers in my binder. I don't just like shove them in there and hope they'll stay in. I actually put them in the rings so that they don't fall out. Number 10 is no one cares what you're wearing. You may feel pressured to wear nice clothes every day, but honestly you don't need to. Nobody's paying attention to what you're wearing, so just wear what you want. If you want to show up in sweatpants, wear sweatpants. If you want to wear a dress, wear a dress. Nobody's gonna judge you, just make sure you're following dress code. And the last one I have is to participate in spirit days. You are not too cool to dress up for spirit days. That was like the highlight of my high school experience. It was so fun dressing up. Spirit days are supposed to be fun and the majority of people do them, and no one's gonna judge you. These are all my tips for freshman year, and like anybody can use these tips honestly. That is all I have for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe and turn on post notifications, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye!